31. After we had finished reading, we left each book where it was, opened on a particular page, with some of the pages listlessly levitating, and some of them shuffling back and forth with such subtlety that makes one forget the languorous breeze, itself listlessly shuffling dust and dim light up and down the corridors, along the bookshelves, across slow breaths and slower eyelids. The books have proceeded to turn into crystal, unfurling themselves in tiny calcifications, dotted all over like a fruiting, flowering leprosy that refracts only ambiguous colors, casting a myriad microscopic shadows across page, parchment, and leather. The books all turn to crystal, covering the surface of each page, covering the corners of each book, constellated up and down the page edge, until the books could no longer be read, could no longer be opened or closed, until they began to shimmer in their immobility, become like cavernous rock, or the dust blown off from brittle, black shale. We had read slowly or frenetically, and at the same pace at which we had written, at a pace barely a page ahead of the salt-like shimmering spreading across this book, and this page, and this phrase. 32. My dusk is noonday, and your crying eyes bring down all twilight thoughts into a gulf more profound than the limbs and tendons and muscles and organs of our sleeping bodies, half intentionally, half entangled. I despise myself in myriad ways, each day anew, and there are many things I know about you that I do not know about myself. I know, you know, that really we are nothing more than the anonymity of dust and dirt and ashes. We are dimly reflected in a dimly reflective glass, fleeting and impassive, and we glimpse only a chiaroscuro of hair, spices, mist, feather, fur, smiles, analogies, tendrils, and harmonies or disharmonies. 33. We had posed unreasonable questions to unreasonable things. We asked the tomb of the night sky, and the chasms of the calm seas, and the deep and luminous living things that creep in their luminescent depths. We ask the arid emptiness of all winds, and even the dusts that settle and solemnly mock the end of each towering glass day, and the start of another forest night. We ask the jagged shale rocks, and the slow, cavernous stalactites, and the minerals and gems entombed in their own cavernous incertitudes. We ask the mimetic clouds, the pre-dawn mists, the undulating, exposed roots and tendrils of large, timeless trees. We ask the whole mass of our tectonic sorrow, the most fragile part of our bodies, the most tenuous aspect of our spectral limbs, the least reversible, the least recognizable part of ourselves, and the answer was always the same. And as for the other things in life, the more we weep for them, the less they merit our tears, and the fewer tears we shed for them, the more we ought to weep for them. 34. We no longer bother to recognize ourselves. Who is to carry the research beyond this point? We are investigating the axioms of black moons, measuring the liturgy of each rotating starfish, predicting how and why our mud-laden bodies hang in heavy space. And from all this, we only learn that whatever is not us is far from us, far from our grasp, and, most of all, far from you and I. Through all this, I recall the health and sickness of our own bodies, the blind, stillborn inertia of my thoughts at once appalls and fascinates me. And then you reply, we are fit to stay where we are, unwilling though we are. We want to be elsewhere, though we are not fit for it. We have a double cause for our sorrow. 35. By day and by night, the symphonic, sleepwalking insects cast a vast net of delicate, pinpointed sounds across all of space. Their numbers are exceeded only by the innumerable pin-lighted stars that puncture the night sky, that indicate the innumerable dead planets that long ago heaved one last, tired sigh. And around you this night, 1,000 million firefly anatomies breathe in and out in their slow-burning, liturgical glow.